They tried to kill me. If anything happens to me, just know they tried to kill me today." Those were the last chilling words of Jane Wallfield, spoken just hours before she was ambushed and gunned down in her yellow Camaro. What happened between Jane and her ex that led to her violent death? And what secrets did she uncover that cost her her life? Meet Jane Wallfield, a bold, sharp-tongued tire shop owner from Indianapolis who wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Known for running her family-owned business with grit and hustle, Jane had built a reputation not just for her work ethic, but for her unfiltered honesty. She wasn't the type to back down from confrontation, especially when it came to protecting her name and business. But on a quiet Thursday morning, everything changed. Just hours before her death, Jane went live on Facebook in a video that sent shockwaves through her community. Her message? A chilling warning laced with frustration, anger, and fear, directed at someone she claimed was threatening her life. That video would be the last time anyone saw her alive. Later that same day, Jane Wallfield was found murdered outside her home, shot multiple times in what looked like a targeted attack. What happened in those final hours? Who was Jane calling out in her video? And why did no one stop what she clearly saw coming? Before we dive deeper into this shocking case, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you gripping true crime stories that matter. Now, let's uncover what really happened to Jane Wallfield. To understand why Jane Wallfield went live that morning, you have to go back to her complicated and volatile history with Jamal Carter. Jamal wasn't just any man. He was her ex-boyfriend, her sometimes business partner, and, according to many, her biggest mistake. The two had been on and off for nearly 5 years. Their relationship was known in parts of Indianapolis as both passionate and toxic. Friends described them as fire and gasoline. They loved hard, but they fought even harder. And when it ended, Jane thought it was for good. But Jamal never really went away. In the weeks before her death, Jane reportedly began seeing signs that Jamal was still watching her, lurking in the background. Then came the moment everything changed. One night after closing up the shop, Jane left her phone at home and ran a quick errand. When she returned, something was off. She said she found her phone unlocked, a browser open, and a strange set of messages on screen, messages she hadn't written. And that's when she discovered the secret. Someone, presumably Jamal, had been accessing her phone remotely, going through her photos, reading her texts, monitoring her every move. But it wasn't just snooping. There were screenshots, emails forwarded, bank logins tampered with. She said on Facebook Live, "This man been in my damn phone, my whole phone, like a ghost in my pocket. Y'all hear me? I ain't crazy. He been watching me." You could hear the fear in her voice, but there was something else too, fury. Years of anger, betrayal, and mistrust poured out as Jane stared into the camera and warned anyone watching. "If something happened to me, y'all better look at him first. I ain't hiding no more. Jamal, if you watching, I know what you did. And I ain't scared." She ended the live with a message that now feels like a prophecy. "I'm tired of being quiet. Y'all gonna know the truth one way or another." Less than 12 hours later, she was dead. The Facebook Live wasn't just a cry for help. It was a final warning. Because what most people didn't know was that Jane Wallfield had confronted Jamal Carter privately just days before she went public. She had found enough dirt to make him squirm, and she planned to use it. According to close friends and leaked texts, Jane demanded $5,000 in exchange for her silence. She claimed she had proof of Jamal's involvement in illegal activity, possibly fraud or phone cloning, and told him flat out, "Pay me, or I'm putting it all out there." But Jamal didn't bite. In fact, he mocked her. He responded with a chilling text that read, "Girl, you must have forgot who I am. I'm Hallville. I run this suite." Hallville is the street nickname for the Hallville neighborhood on the east side of Indianapolis, a place where loyalty runs deep and silence even deeper. In that one line, Jamal wasn't just brushing her off. He was asserting power. Power over the streets, power over her, and maybe power over life and death. Jane didn't get the money, but she didn't back down either. Instead, she hit live. The video started like any other rant. Jane Wallfield, sitting in her car outside her tire shop in East Indianapolis. The neon open sign still glowing behind her, but the tone was different. It wasn't funny. It wasn't petty. It was dead serious. Y'all want to know the truth, since everybody out here fake? Jamal Carter, you a snake. I know what you did. I seen it. I got receipts. If anything happened to me, just know. It was him. Her voice shook, but she never broke eye contact with the camera. You could hear it in her breath, fear and fire, clashing. At one point, she whispered, "They watching me. I don't care no more. I'm tired of protecting people who wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire." She looked over her shoulder twice. Paranoia? Maybe. But she wasn't wrong to be scared. The live ran just over 9 minutes. But that was long enough. By midnight, the video had over 40,000 views. People from all over Indianapolis, and even as far as Chicago, were reposting it, commenting, arguing. Half the community stood with Jane, calling her brave and demanding Jamal be investigated. The other half? They called her messy, reckless, said she was playing with fire. Some even warned her in the comments, "Sis, take this down. These dudes don't play fair." But Jane never deleted the video, and less than 6 hours later, she was dead. It was 3:27 a.m., 6 hours after Jane Wallfield hit end live on Facebook. She was driving west on 16th Street, heading toward her sister's apartment. The roads were quiet. Streetlights flickered over the cracked pavement, but someone was watching, waiting. As she reached the intersection near Rural Street, witnesses heard it, rapid gunfire. Population pop, pop, pop. One witness said, "I thought it was fireworks until I saw the car swerve and slam the pole." Jane's black Dodge Charger jumped the curb, crashing into a rusted streetlight pole. The front end crumpled like paper. The airbags deployed, but the damage was done. When first responders arrived at 3:34 a.m., they found her slumped over the steering wheel, gunshot wounds to the neck and shoulder. She still had her seatbelt on. Paramedics tried, but Jane was pronounced dead on the scene. Age, 32, entrepreneur, mother, outspoken, silenced. The police set up a perimeter within minutes. Detectives worked the scene for hours, marking shell casings, 40 caliber rounds scattered across the pavement. It wasn't random. This was an execution. One officer, speaking off record, said, "She was targeted." No doubt in my mind. The city of Indianapolis woke up to shock, grief, and suspicion. Jane Wallfield's murder wasn't just another headline. It was fuel. Her Facebook Live, viewed over 2.1 million times within 48 hours, had already torn through group chats, barbershops, and Twitter threads. At the center of it all, Jamal Carter. Once known for being a quiet, respected figure in the Wallfield neighborhood, he was now public enemy number one in the court of public opinion. Jane had been explicit. In the live, she'd warned, "If anything happens to me, look at who got exposed tonight. I'm not suicidal, I ain't depressed. I just told the truth." Speculation ran wild. Some said Jamal fled the city. Others claimed he was never in Indy that night. But police confirmed they had spoken to him, though no charges had been filed. He maintained his innocence and called the accusations character assassination. Yet what Jane exposed went beyond one man. She spoke on the down-low culture in parts of the Black community, calling out what she described as a cycle of secrecy, betrayal, and silence. "I'm tired of women getting hurt because people don't want to be real about who they are. You playing with people's lives." The video reignited national conversations around masculinity, identity, and deception. It also brought backlash, some accusing Jane of outing someone and putting herself in danger. Others said she was brave, a truth teller, a martyr. The city hosted a candlelight vigil in Watkins Park days later. Hundreds came. No arrests had been made. A mural now stands off 18th and Central, tagged with her last words, "Tell my story. Don't let them lie on me." But to this day, her murder remains unsolved. Who pulled the trigger? Was it Jamal? Someone sent on his behalf? Or a completely different player hiding in the chaos? The only thing clear, Jane knew too much, and someone wanted her silent. Before Jane Wallfield's life was tragically cut short, she gave us one final warning that would echo in the hearts of everyone who heard it. "If anything happens to me, just know they tried to kill me today." Her voice was clear, unequivocal, and full of resolve. A woman who had seen the danger ahead and wasn't backing down. But now the question remains, was Jane set up? Did she expose the wrong people? Did her pursuit of the truth lead to her death? Or did she push too far, too fast, into a dangerous game? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Do you think this was a case of truth-telling gone wrong? Or was Jane simply too brave for her own good? Was her death inevitable? Or can we trace the strings of deceit, manipulation, and betrayal that led to her murder? As always, subscribe, like, and comment to stay updated on this case and the rest of our deep dives into unsolved mysteries. Your voice matters. Let's keep the conversation going.